Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're diving into the second delicious season of the cooking anime Food Wars.
After
The second plate.
After the qualifying tests with curry dishes
from last season,
8 contestants have entered the quarterfinal of autumn elections, but now they must pass the Stagiaire program, which requires students to take a residence and leave their mark on various restaurants.
And before we get into that, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on Paws videos and World of Paws podcast.
That was a boring, serious description. Let's just say, he had a bunch of battles. He kicked a bunch of people's asses. Soma did great. My Soma hero won!
Yeah.
Except for one, but he still won because he's the one who got to be the person to be an intern.
Right. And there are actually, I think 2 arcs. I think there were 2 arcs. This one's supposed to be the main one, but it leads into that. At the beginning of it, I don't think I'm mixing it up with season 1, but there was one they had at the beginning of this season, I believe. There was this guy that seemed friendly at first, and he was a chef like Soma. And it turns out he had actually had this thing where he was known as the copycat.
Right.
And he would copy whatever dishes his competitor was, and he would somehow make it better.
I think he's the Pursuit. The Pursuit was the episode where he came in.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. It was this season. I think there was such a long season last time I had to make sure. But yeah, for here this was the first arc.
Takumi.
You're right, Takumi. That was his name. And what he would do is when he would challenge people to food wars, and he would pretty much do it was a stalker / Methodist actor.
Or you could call it a nice name, shadowing.
Right. And he would imitate these people, emulate them, or become them the whole time leading up to the food war. Then when it came to the food war, he would know every little detail about them, everything they would do, the type of dish they would make, replicate the dish, and somehow make it better, and that's how he would win. And he would take an item of theirs as a trophy to show he's beaten this person.
And he would take their cherished items.
Right.
So he had all these knives and different pieces, implements that they used in cooking that meant, something to them, that were family heirlooms and all these different things, and he was just hoarding them and keeping them. So it came to my hero Soma to fight for their honor, and get their implements back.
Right.
And he didn't disappoint, and the story arc didn't disappoint. And, true to Soma, he didn't make an enemy, he made a friend. And again, this is why you just love this character so. And this season didn't disappoint because not only did Soma grow, but Megami and all the others that were able to stay in school and kept advancing, you could see the growth in those characters as well. True to form, you got the descriptions, you got the explanations, you had the interplay, you had Erin Nakara being herself, wanting to get a certain manga that she couldn't find, and having to have Soma get it for her. So there were a lot of fun moments and some serious moments, but again, everyone got to grow.
Right. And as I said, this one has sort of 2 arcs going, and it also had 2 different feels to them. Like the one we just mentioned with this copycat chef, or he said the shadower. This one's actually a little more serious. The only thing that was really humorous was the actions and stuff that came before you knew how deep this was going in his psyche in terms of doing these competitions. He seemed like a really nice guy. He just seems a little off, but he seemed really nice. He was really friendly and stuff, and he'll be friendly with you until it's time to compete, and then he tears them down. And the same thing he was expecting to do with Soma. Well, like I said, with Soma, people insult him and he doesn't flinch or anything. So this was one of those times you thought it was getting serious, where he wanted to challenge him. And they even had a point where, he was thinking of a dish that was something that he doesn't know about. And he even had this reporter that almost looked like a character from Maid Sama to me. And he wanted to, follow him and see what he makes, but he couldn't have so many people know because somehow this guy always knew what the person was making. So the key was to make something he couldn't predict or make on the spot. And then for the second, as we have with the what was it called, the program?
Stagiaire.
The Stagiaire program. Sorry.
And you got some backstory on 2 more characters that we've seen a lot of, but we really didn't know as much as to why they, like one was training with one or serving the one, and we didn't know why. So we got backstories on both of them, and they're real interesting.
Right. And so that half was more fun because with how serious they had this battle, then the one between the guy who could make all the curry dishes, then you had this guy who would go into rage mode whenever he had his bandana on and cooking. And you had a lot of serious.
Should be on Naruto.
Right. They had some really serious things going on with both of these arcs, and then they actually made it alleviated and made it a little more friendlier as they had this season. Yeah, they still had to complete this, but you could tell the whole different feel to it. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, he's gotta win. Oh my gosh, he's gotta win. He better win. Oh my gosh. Here
Kora, Kiba, and Rai. Rai's the one looks like he should. Rai's the one looks like he should be on Naruto, and Kora Kiba, I think that's how you pronounce it.
That's the one with the curry.
He's the one with the white hair and the white hair.
Yeah, the curry dishes. Right. Yeah. Okay, and then for here, the challenge of making their own signature dishes or something that stands out for them. Right. And for Soma, he's had this thing with the restaurant, which they kind of had a lot this season with the copycat, because we were getting scared for a minute.
I can see which one influenced your viewing the most. The copycat, the
pursuer. Well, I mentioned that, but this one was supposed to be another part of it as well, covering another arc from the manga. Right. And for this part, was also not just their signature dish or the way they would cook that's only applicable to that chef. Right. But for Soma, it was different because not only was he working with a person already had disdain for him already because you want to challenge him to a food war, and is a high-class ranking chef and restaurant owner.
You're talking about later on. The pursuer was the other guy. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I went to that. Like I said, neither arcs were that long, but they felt long because of just how great they were written.
That's Hisako.
Yes.
The guy with the pink hair.
Yes, you're right. That's it. You're right. And for here, it was a little more of a challenge because everything had to be done quickly and on the spot. He used it at his own leisure. He took his time, but everything turned out great because it was him in charge of the dish. And he had to learn how to adjust to another person or to other people around him. Everything had to be done on the spot or early. And at first you're thinking, is this
really learn to work all the different positions in there. I mean, he was clearing, he was chopping, he was cleaning.
Right, he was taking orders.
Shadowing, he was taking orders, wait staffing, he was doing everything. So he got a really great education doing this event with him.
Right. And what was funny is that, at first he was having issues with it because, he realized taking it, has to be so fast. But then after, the first time, then after that...
Okay. No, I'm sorry. Hisako is the girl he was paired with at the restaurant.
Right.
So please forgive me. I know you guys have probably already typed it in there and corrected me, and that's okay. Thank you for catching it. That's the girl. That's not the name of the
restaurant
owner.
Oh, okay. Well, what was his name again? Before I get into about Soma?
Shinomiya. Shin. Let's just call him Shin.
Shin. Okay, Shin will do. Okay. At first, he wasn't flustered or anything, but he was surprised, how much had to be done at once on the spot, and people going in and out. It was almost like a Diner Dash game. And then... they're thinking, oh, he's not going to make it. He'll be gone tomorrow. Or just go ahead and, he'll be gone. It doesn't even matter anymore. And then the next day, everything was already prepared. Everything was already clean. They said, do this. Oh, no, I haven't done it. Okay, done it. And he's, oh, you need me to do this? And they were like, how the hell did he do this? He just couldn't keep up before, and now he's ahead of everybody. And they were like, how the...
Chef Hero Soma.
And they were like, the food's already done. The dish is already clean. This stuff's already prepared. He already took the order. And they're like, they can't even get the command out because he's already done it.
Yeah, he's got a bit of Ash Ketchum in him because, he always wants to get better. He's real dedicated. He never gives up. And I think the best part about Soma's character is that he grows. All the time he is constantly growing. Not only in his chef skills, but also in how to interact with all these different types of people at all these different levels in his journey. So, this is a great anime. This is an absolutely wonderful, spectacular anime. So we finished the second plate, and unfortunately we're waiting for the third plate, We don't know if we're going to be able to see it on Toonami, which may be delaying it because of the events that are going on.
At the time of recording.
Right,
this,
or if we're going to end up just going ahead and buying it from Amazon.
Right.
And watching it, because we just don't want to wait. But we do like watching with Toonami. And with the Toonami fans, right, the Toonami family, and we live tweet. So hopefully we'll get to see it on Toonami.
Right.
But if you have seen season 2, the second plate, and you love our hero, Chef Hero Sam, as much as we do, let us know what you think of the season in the comments below. And do you think that the fan service was less than last year? Which we think it was.
Yeah.
It seemed to be much less than the first season.
Yeah.
And
it was only 13 episodes. You think about it,
right?
The last season was 26.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was a shorter season, but it wasn't just because it was shorter. There was less fan service. Mm-hmm. It really seemed that they did more focusing on the arcs and the storylines and less fan service, which worked because we personally think it doesn't affect the plot of the show. Mm-hmm. But again, let us know what you think in the comments below.
And be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on Paws videos and World of Paws podcast.
That's right.
So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting, flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you want to do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Hit her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket. Give it to you later on in the form of